Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hotlap Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1997 Acura Integra GS. This is another car added with the GT2 Plus mod, dropped from the original game because, well, it's a base model. This is the standard car, which you might think I've heard those words before, and you have. We had the Acura Integra LS a while ago, which had a 4-speed automatic. The GS is the 5-speed manual. This is the one you want if you can't afford a GSR or a Type R. Anyways, yeah, because this is a base model, statistically this is not particularly impressive. Front engine, front wheel drive, 255 horsepower, 1,101 kilogram. That being said, this does come in a fantastic colour. This is called a black currant pearl. I don't know if it'll be showing up quite right on YouTube, but it's like a very, very dark purple. It'll be interesting to see what this looks like in game. Exquisite colour. Not going to be particularly exquisite performance, but we'll find out. This car is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi GTO LM Edition, set at a time of 27.223. The Acura Integra GS, unlikely to beat that. It's really hard to remember to say GS instead of LS. I'd say this was the base model. It's probably the base engine, but I suppose the GS is slightly sporty because there's the GS and the GSR. Don't really know the difference between them. I'm not American if you couldn't tell, so Acura Integras are entirely foreign to me. That being said, it has just beaten the Integra LS. The Integra LS, one of the slowest cars we've ever had, currently sits in 292nd place with like a 33.2 because that 4-speed automatic gearbox was trash. This, like I say, proper 5-speed manual. I think we had the 95 GSR not long ago. I could not for the life of me remember where that ended up. If I have to guess, this is going to end up somewhere in the mid-32s. I mean, it's one of those cars where the first lap isn't like too much quicker than the second lap is. Well, yeah. So, usually your second lap's like well quicker than your first lap, so that automatically sends off a couple of warning signs that this is not a quick car. And indeed it isn't. It sort of plods around and, you know, again, not to make fun of it because it's one of the things I love most about Gran Turismo 2 is the amount of sort of different model trims and variations. You know, you didn't have to buy a Type R, you could buy a Integra GSR and save yourself a bit of money, but obviously lose out when it comes to fully upgrading it. So that's something I really enjoyed. Obviously the LS and GS, it's not hard to see why these cars didn't make it into the final game because, well, they would have, especially the LS would have been rendered redundant right away. That would have been a bit of a booby trap car, something like the Galant VRG Touring. But this one with the 5-speed, it's not too bad. You know, at the end of the day, they have an Integra Type R, an Acura Integra Type R, which isn't a real car at this time, or wasn't. So that exists. So why not have, you know, I think if they had the... I get why the Type R exists, obviously, because of the North American region, because apparently they were scared to show them what Honda Integras look like. I suppose it's because, like, you wouldn't buy an Integra in America if you had the choice between the bug eyes and the straight eyes, because, you know, the bug eyes look weird. But, yeah. Maybe this game could have done with, like, the LS, the GS, GSR, and then, like, one Type R. I don't know why there's, like, 95 versions of both, because they're all in the new car dealer. Understeer through that final car. I can't believe I'm getting understeer in a 200 horsepower front wheel drive car. That could probably go quicker, if I'm being honest. I don't think it would have gone much quicker, bear in mind, like, I literally mean, like, probably, like, 0.1 quicker. But, yeah, maybe it could have gone a little bit quicker. Good colour. I've said that already, but no. Good colour. The colour's probably the most interesting bit about this car, if I'm being honest. But I shouldn't say too many bad words, because it'll end up like the Integra LS last time, where you get slightly angry Integra people. Anyways, 31.947 will place this into 249th place, which actually isn't bad. It's only slightly slower than the Corolla 11 BZG that we had. So, I mean, in terms of like sort of basic front-wheel drive cars, it's not much slower than the SIRG Integra, although admittedly that was run a while ago. If I remember rightly, the Acura Integra GSR was like a 31.5, so there's definitely a performance bump. But it's nowhere near as bad as the LS. I mean, it's not even close to the LS, really, which is a really good sign. Yeah, for this sort of car, I mean, it beats out Sylvia Q's 1800, Pulsar, Del Sol. That's the sort of stuff you'd... the Mirage Asti. Sort of stuff you'd cross-shop this with, so... Yeah, you know, no one would expect much from this, and it didn't do much, but it did enough to be respectable, so that should be commended. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time, or when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.
Knowing just where my hopes and dreams are going.